it was Love is a Symphony by Switchfoot. But it's also a song, which is music. As a future music educator, I really love music and think it's very important for schools to provide music education. It is a cultural thing that extends through every culture. Everything has music. TVs, movies, different countries, everything has music. And I think kids learn so much more through music. And there's academic and social things that just like, you learn so much through them, and they help you learn in classrooms and just in life. And these are some of the things I'm going to be talking about today, is I try to persuade you to let your kids be involved in music education. One thing that's really important is the fact that music helps your academics. Who knew? According to the article, Arts and Music in Public Schools, an overview by Dr. Flynn, 97% of students in the United States and schools in the United States have art and music education, which is awesome. That's a lot of schools. 97%, that's a big number. And the article also states there have been research done and that there's a direct correlation between music and like being involved in music classes and getting higher grades and just better understanding of math, science, and literature, which are things that we focus on really well, are really a lot in schools. From personal experience, I know that all the kids in my advanced classes in elementary school, in junior high, and high school were all involved in some type of music program, either the choirs, the bands, or the orchestra. Music develops different parts of our brains, and it helps us just kind of encompass what we're going through and like understanding, and it gives us a different way to process things. It also helps us socially interact with people. There's different things that we get to do as musicians. When you're in the band program, you get to go to band contests, and choir, you get to go to choir contests. And students who participate in music tend to be more involved overall at school. They tend to be there more. And according to an article, Point Arts Are a Vital Part of Music Education by A. Ford and M. McMahon. Students who participate in music are 4 times more likely to be in math or science fair, or to even just be elected into their student council because they're so involved and know so many people. Bands and choirs who compete at contests and honor festivals meet so many different people that are from around the area, and it just gives them more friends and gives them an opportunity to be involved in the community. And being in a group that has a common goal creates opportunities for kids to work together and work on those group work skills, and that they can take on to their life later when they're in a job. But there are some logistics of music education. It costs money. The instruments, just the teacher itself, having a teacher who specializes in music education, it costs a lot of money to hire them, at least I hope so, because that's what I want to do one day, is be a music teacher. Federal and state funding helps to fund music programs, and according to article, Arts Education by B. Baker, schools are losing funding, which makes a lot of sense because another article, Counterpoint, Funding for the Arts is a lower educational priority by Goldman, talked about how there are lots of areas that need funding as well, like physical education and language arts and math. But these are still super important, obviously. Like, we really want to push those things, but it also ends up pushing music and the arts to the back burner, which sometimes isn't very good. Also, there's always the problem of finding a teacher who specializes in this. A lot of people, I mean, in my school, or our school anyway, major in music education, but not nearly as many who are learning about science education and math education and just elementary education, or in psychology or any of the other departments. We probably are one of the smallest departments on campus. And that means there's not as many of us to go around for all the schools that need a music teacher. And one of the articles by Baker earlier talked about just how sometimes the music teacher is the first one fired when funding is getting low because they can't keep that teacher on when they need to be focusing more on the math and the science education because of the No Child Left Behind Act that President George Bush brought into the White House and signed, and the Common Core standards, which are a new thing that we're learning a lot about, just about how we're so much more focused on the math and the science and the reading scores that music just kind of gets pushed to the backside, which is unfortunate because, like we talked about earlier, the academic benefits are so much more important. Music in schools is just a great a great opportunity for kids and students as a whole, but there can be hassles for the school system when it comes to funding and stuff. And keeping interest when there's so many sports to think about, and just all these things going on. But the academic benefits, as well as the social aspects, just give them such a greater opportunity to learn. And as a student who wishes to be a music educator, I feel everyone should be able to participate in achieving music. Music is just one of the two ways that people can express themselves through sound. Like calculus might teach you calculus, but it also teaches you how to problem solve. Music will teach you music, but it also teaches you how to express yourself and helps you find who you are and be able to express that through a different way than maybe speaking. And I think that's really important that everyone should be able to learn about music education and be involved. Thank you for listening to me today.